So one of the top landing spots for Shaq Mason is ironically us. Now, they are saying in this article here, perhaps Fairchild will prove us wrong and be ready sooner than expected. But either way, acquiring more bodies at guard would be wise for the Bengals. I agree with that. The gap between Patrick and Mason might be insignificant, but Mason would definitely be an upgrade over Cordell Volson or Cody Ford. Signing him would take pressure off Fairchild to play as a rookie and would add some depth, improving the starting five on Cincinnati's offensive line. Personally speaking, if we did make a move at guard, whether it was Shaq Mason or whether it was Will Hernandez, Brandon Sheriff, or Dalton Risner. And also, a little side note, I don't know why, I thought Shaq Mason retired. I don't know why my brain thought this guy retired, but he actually signed a 3-year deal with the Texans, got released this offseason. But he only played 2 to 3 years and then got released. So, I don't know why I thought he was retired, but at the end of the day, I think I would be against the idea because the lineup we have right now. I wouldn't be against the idea of having Fairchild as our starting left guard, but then making our right guard someone like Shaq Mason, Dalton Risner, or Brandon Sheriff. I wouldn't mind that. I think that would be a really, really good idea because, personally speaking, right now, at least right now, I don't want Cody Ford as my starting right guard. Like, I don't mind him as a backup and a Swiss Army knife and like a, utility piece. But when it comes to a starter, I'd rather have 2 starters I have full faith in and trust in. And then, Cody Ford is a asset to use behind that. Not that I don't trust Cody Ford, but I'd rather just have, a couple veterans in there, right? Now, again, Fairchild obviously is a rookie, but if you really want to go through this, and I've said this many times, I would love to pick up, Sheriff and Risner or Will Hernandez and Risner and put them as 1A, 1B as our guards. Put Fairchild behind Risner, let him develop behind him, and then on the right side, we could have, what's his name? Well, Jalen Rivers is probably going to end up being a left tackle, I feel like, more or less. But he's also a Swiss Army knife, Jalen Rivers. But I feel like for right now, we're probably going to have him strictly as a backup left tackle for our guy, Orlando Brown. But for a right guard, you could put Cody Ford as a backup there, or you could put another rookie, right? So that's kind of how I look at it. Shaq Mason, I wouldn't mind having Shaq Mason, but at the end of the day, as many veterans on this offensive line as possible, always nice to have. It's not an awful idea to have more veteran presence on the offensive line. It's really not a bad idea. Because if you have a surplus of offensive linemen who could be starters and actually play, that's a good thing, right? You want to have options. The last thing you want to be is in a situation where you don't have options and you're putting someone out there because you have to. Hakeem, Devin Cochran, when you put him at right tackle, those were more like we had to do those things. So I'm okay with Shaq Mason. I'm okay with Dalton Risner. I'm okay with Brandon Sheriff. I'm okay with options, right? He's also 30. He could be 32 years old when the season kicks off. Sure. Let's go for it. If the price is right, why not? As I've always said, if the price is okay, I'm okay with it. But again, it comes down obviously to the price tag. But we have the money. And right now, because of the Trey Hendrickson situation, it doesn't seem like we're, on the same page as Trey Hendrickson. And unless we somehow magically become on the same page, and we have the money to go make moves. So why not just protect Joe Burrow? We've said this many times over the years. It's like 3 years in a row now we've said this. If you protect Joe Burrow, you're going to go very far. You got to protect your quarterback, protect Joe, and you will go very far in this season. So, protecting Joe, number one. You got to win in the trenches. Offensive line, defensive line. But, yeah, again, like I said, cool. But again, there's other... I don't know. This is why I don't really like to make too many of these videos because, like, well, yeah, obviously that's an offensive lineman out there. Unilaterally, you agree to a very small amount of money, nothing guaranteed. You want to be on a team that could potentially win a Super Bowl and block for the best quarterback in the game. Come aboard. You know, we have a 90-man roster right now. We are ready to go. We just need to pay Trey Hendrickson and pay Shamar Stewart and get ready for the season. So I'm cool with anyone who wants to join a board. As long as you're not asking for ridiculous money, whatever. That's kind of my mindset right now. So, and we're in that weird mindset where we have time and like we have a place to, figure things out, right? You're not like, we're not in August. We're not in August right before the season about to kick off and we're scrambling. We're not. We have plenty of time to let this stuff figure itself out. So, see you guys in the next one, though. Peace out.